We're covering fascinating topic about skincare in perimenopausal women. So skincare is my topic. It's my passion since I was a child. That is the reason why I become a pharmacist, because I just love the creams and the skincare so much that I was mixing at all times. So that's why I became a pharmacist. I became a aesthetic practitioner. I obtained my PhD in skin bioengineering. And now I want to share my expertise, years of experience, and my passion, how to prepare your skin for aging. First of all, perimenopausal, it's biological transition. It's no disease. It's nothing to worry about. However, a lot of women facing a lot of anxiety, depression, lack of self-esteem, and huge psychological impact on her behavior and mental well-being. It's not only reproductive system affecting it, and it's affecting whole metabolism. It's affecting all women inside out. So that's why good skincare and the knowledge about how to address and what every single woman needs to know when she's entering her late 30s, 40s, or early 50s, what changes women going through in terms of her skin and together with her metabolism. So what is perimenopausal? We discussed already before that. It's transitional phase before menopause, when ovarian hormone production start to fluctuate. And this can happen earlier as in 30s, late 30s, but majority of women start notice such changes in their 40s or even earlier to her 50s. Here I want to point your attention that more knowledge you have, more cellular knowledgeable and more connected you will be to yourself and we understand what's going on. Due to my knowledge, I noticed that fluctuations and my aging start as early as age of 30. I'm now in my 40s and I also continue to notice some differences in terms of my skin, behavior, the patterns, but I have a lot of knowledge and I want to share them with you. So the age we defined, so if you're around in your 40s, 50s, or you're in your late 30s and you notice already by yourself some sort of changes, let's talk more in depth how we can prepare our skin and still age gracefully and be radiant regardless of our female changes. So symptoms behind of the skin, of course, are hot flashes, it's still sleep disturbance, it's a mood swings, irregular menstrual cycle, and of course, all that linked to progesterone and estrogen, all our main female hormones. And of course, estrogen here is a key hormone, and estrogen here is a female attractiveness hormone and women's health and well-being. And estrogen stimulates collagen and supports firmness and reduce sagging of the skin. To boost elastin, we can, if you stay on HRT, if you have symptoms and your doctor, healthcare professional offer you estrogen or hormonal replacement therapy, it might be a good idea for you to accept and notice some positive changes, including your skin. Increase of hyaluronic acid synthesis, so estrogens as well. Female skin is more sensitive and more softer comparison to the man, isn't it? We notice that they have a soft, gentle skin, and the men, they are more rough, aren't they? They're thicker a little bit because of more testosterone, and they don't have so much estrogen comparison to women. And that's why our skin is more soft, more radiant. We have more, in these terms, softness. And this softness, thanks to our high level of estrogen. Estrogen also help with production of hyaluronic acid. We all know this substance, I think, nowadays. I think we don't have any woman who doesn't know what means hyaluronic acid. Don't mix with derma filler. Derma filler is cross-linked hyaluronic acid, but this liquid form, I would say not cross-linked, is to hydrate other skin. Estrogen strengthens skin barrier and preventing sensitivity and, more important, dryness. Yeah? But dryness is not only estrogen, is estrogen help with hyaluronic acid, but main dryness and sebum production, that progesterone. So when estrogens go to decline in women entering menopause or already being announced, so 1 year of a period, her collagen decreases as sharp as 30% within the next 5 years, and women's skin will be shrinking like a dry apple. She will literally shrink year by year, month by month. And we want to prevent it, or at least make this transition as comfortable for women as possible. So we want to maintain this, reduce this dryness, not only in the face. So we're talking about hands, we're talking about the neck, décolletage, because women are still very attractive. I think women are beautiful and attractive to the end. She always beautiful and attractive. And aesthetic medicine here and aesthetic medicine science or beauty science here to help. Progesterone role. So we know about estrogen and thinking, what is progesterone? So progesterone is a hormone get produced a little bit more actively after ovulation and preparing a woman for her next menstrual cycle. If a pregnancy not coming, progesterone helping retain water and, more important, modulates sebaceous gland. So thanks to progesterone, women getting balanced oil production. Maybe some ladies noticed that then you have a minimum progesterone is from beginning of the cycle and highest level of estrogen. The skin is glowing and is so soft, and then getting a little bit more oily. And what we do, they put the powders because they get more shiny. So after ovulation, middle of your cycle, you might notice they have a little bit more shining. Your forehead, your nose, or they call it T-zone. They constantly put the powders in and more trying to make it more less oily appearance. So they know that you're approaching your periods, and this is linked to progesterone. But it also have very strong anti-inflammatory effect. It keeps your skin calm and hydrated. It's really protection for our skin as well. Without progesterone in the sebum production, skin dries out. But sebum in these terms protect and nourish our skin as well. It supports firmness and also microbiomes, natural microbes in our skin. But decline in progesterone, then women start to notice her menstrual cycles start to fluctuate, her changes in terms of days, a bit shorter, a little bit longer, a little bit more intense. So that is linked to progesterone, and such changes women might notice far before estrogen start to kick, or the more classic perimenopausal symptoms as hot flashes start to kick in. And progesterone also, lack of progesterone also affecting in the skin barrier, because sebum again is very good protection for the skin, moisturizing and youth. So as a result as well, women might notice some hair growth, these androgen hormones, and he might even suffer from excess hair growth in facial area. The women going through roller coasters, and it's really disturbing because estrogen fluctuates, and skin as well might be or too dry, have a super dryness after the bath, after the shower. And notice women having even painful, if it's too hot, after the sun, after the wind. And women naturally notice, I need something more. I need to change my skin routine. I need something more nutrition. I need to moisturize my skin. And a lot of women this age start to think about what the best I can do and why. So why is estrogen, and estrogen goes up and down. So month to month varies, and your symptoms might vary as well, but your anxiety stays because, oh my God, what happened before? I wasn't that red. Women might be more sensitive in the sun, on the heat, on different type of food. She might have a redness, rosacea, more inflammation, or dermatitis, dryness, eczema, something she never experienced before, even acne. Even we never got those spots before. In this period, it's due to change of microbiomes in the skin. She might suffer from acne she never suffered before. So cortisol as well playing the role if women get stressed. And of course, at a time when I think majority of women get stressed because of the children, family, job, responsibilities, and they usually worsen as well. Collagen, skin condition, of course, sugar. Don't forget about sugar. The spikes of sugar, they're linked as well, to estrogen. So that was very important. If you want to keep your skin better condition, more elasticity, reduce your simple sugars intake. That will really help in terms of overall well-being. Insulin resistance, again, estrogen protecting women. I'm talking a lot about estrogen and about insulin, the link together with fluctuation of your estrogen, your glucose, and will jump up and down as well. So it might cause a lot of disturbance and a lot of discomfort, even might link further to diabetes or pre-diabetes. Skin microbiomes. So what is very important here to understand that microbiomes, of course, the biggest microbiomes in our gut, but we have a brain-gut axis and a skin-gut axis. Everything and all the changes in estrogen and all the hormonal changes women are going to affect our gut. And the diet here is essential. We start to think what we eat, what we put for the mouth inside of us. And if you notice changes, including dryness of skin, as I said, we have to reduce alcohol, caffeine. We have to reduce direct sugar, smoking, and toxins when entering us, because our organism getting less protected. They have a less protection because we get older and we can't stop it, I'm afraid. So, estrogen reductions, progesterone reduction, because they're going very close with each other. Our skin get less nutrition, less vitamins, and blood circulation and blood vessels weaken as a result. Barrier get much thinner, so your skin getting finer and more sensitive, and pathogens can penetrate much easier. And as a result, your skin sensitivity, rosacea, a lot of women start rosacea is skin redness. They start appear on the cheek. They're quite symmetric, so it might be chin, cheeks, nose, the most common area, and blood vessels. So blood vessels might be more inflamed. Plenty of different treatments, from laser therapy, shortwave diathermy, depends on practitioners, but yes, light therapy probably here will be one of the best choices. But it's not a topic about that. Symptoms of women irritant, getting more sensitive to some skincare. So she might need more sensitive skincare for very sensitive skin. And itchiness, dryness, dermatitis, eczemas, and even acne she never suffered before. Here is very important approach. Maybe this is a problem, who to approach. Beauty therapist, it's like probably a little like a beauty therapist, like talking therapist. We need here quite a wide approach if it's a complicated area, because again, nobody can solve your gut microbiomes, nobody can solve your fluctuations, and all these changes goes as one package. And unfortunately, healthcare professionals, we all have to go and learn and get in second qualifications, first qualifications, to give you better advice. So that's why I'm here now giving more wide advice now comparison years ago. I was able to give to my clients not only based on the prosthetic medicine, but also based on lifestyle medicine and skin aging, obesity treatment, and menopause care. Visible changes in perimenopausal. So aging, normal, so visible changes when women get a little bit older. Dryness is number one. Your skin get dry because estrogen goes down and there's sebum, progesterone not producing enough anymore. Dryness and fineness, so you will feel like a shrinking a little bit. It even might be sometimes even painful. So it's like somebody tied this very strong, and women start run and buy some good moisturizers. And this is linked to hyaluronic acid deficiency and sebum production reduction. Yeah, fine lines and wrinkles are getting more pronounced. the skincare was before didn't work, and the most important, more pronounced area, the majority of the women, is the upper lip. Yeah, notice that men don't have that much and don't have so many fine lines on upper lip because smoke lines. Of course, if you're a woman smoking or talking, this a little bit ducky, or have a big lips, dark lips, or overusing derma fillers, that might affect as well the lines on her face, swelling. For example, we're talking about overconsumption of alcohol or other toxic substances that retain the water, and that probably will be more noticeable. Sagging the skin, so women start to complain about the jowls and the fat, because fat goes away and skin looks stretched and empty. She start notice the rotation of the fat and the bones getting a little bit wider and more sharp, if you like. Mainly we're talking about eye socket getting deeper, making this shallowness and shadows. Texture get more rough, uneven, and more dull. Pigmentation, melasma, sun damage, seborrheic keratosis, coffeolate. There are so many different pigmentation. Women just get much more sensitive to different type of exposure of light, and of course the ecological impact that women report of low self-esteem. Aesthetic medicine here, and a good beauty clinic, probably good practitioner here, is key to as well, to the right direction. I wish I learned about aesthetic medicine, lifestyle medicine, in preventative medicine, menopause care before, but 15 years ago, all that was quite new, not established, and they simply was gaining knowledge only now, is getting more available education trainings for specialists. But I recommend you now, please, the more qualifications your practitioner have. I'm talking about treatment of menopause, treatment of more treatments your practitioner can offer is better. So just check what the practitioner does. More she knows or he trusts, because it's that complex. It's that complex, and you need a complex approach. Why extra hair appears? Some ladies complaining about the hair is usually in nasolabial area, so around the mouth, maybe chin and or upper lip, or even the cheeks. So facial hair start be triggering in why? Because estrogen and progesterone goes down, and androgen or testosterone become more dominant. Not for everyone. So here probably linked as well to women's sex drive. It's not necessarily testosterone also going down. It's going down from age of 30. But there's a big difference when women going through in this time getting more drastic and more noticeable. Testosterone goes down in a woman much, much slowly and gradually, and estrogen goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So it fluctuates it all the time. And when estrogen and progesterone going into common and quite steady decline, testosterone also going to decline, but the effect of testosterone getting more visible. As a result, women might be more aggressive. Women might turn to be a little bit more masculine. If she's going to the gym and look after herself and training, that's getting very popular. And here's a very important balance. She might have this male aggression, just her feminine part slightly going away, and it's very hard for her to control. She might be more bossy. She might change personality. Yes, that way is for women is very hard. She sometimes can't recognize herself. She don't understand what's going on with me. And here's very important to be patient, maybe control it slightly, maybe reduce physical activity is too much weights management, or you notice that women getting a little bit more bossy. That time in this age is the time when women become CEO of the companies, or they become managers, and they're quite unusual for classic women or something, but to say she changed so much. And men actually opposite. testosterone going into decline. And man with age, you're getting more, like, if you like, a little bit more feminine. Yeah, you're getting estrogens getting a little bit more noticeable. And men after 50s, you're getting calmer. If before he was aggressive, testosterone was out, he was shouting, screaming, was very bossy, he was a little bit rude and a little bit aggressive. But after the 50, they're getting so, yes, darling, I'm gonna wait for you a cup of tea. And they're getting much, much more softer. They're getting more feminine, if you like, and a woman opposite. So we have a lot of papers about psychology, how these changes go, but these main changes linked to this process what we're just discussing. And this can happen depending on different age. And this is the age when women more likely to decide that she doesn't need a man. Yeah, because this masculine part start to kick. She's ready for divorce. She's ready to take a masculine role in family. She thinks she can work, she can thrive, she can drill, paint. This testosterone starting to affect her quite, and she just, she. That's why so many divorce from this age group for women. And men already dismodified. That's it. He just stepping back. That's the sad thing. It's not only the reason, of course, of divorces, but in terms of perimenopause, in terms of what's going on in hormonal level, yes, this is one of explain, and very important here for women, be feminine. Slow down. If you notice these changes in you, that you become more pushy, slow down, book your beauty spa, manicures, allow yourself, because that will protect your estrogen. Yeah, and your fluctuation will be a little bit lower. If you will continue with your managing job and boosting your testosterone, cortisol levels up, you might suffer, and all this fluctuation will be only sharper. So what we want to do for the skin, for the beauty, for that of the woman should balance and learn and understand what's going on. If you notice that, or if you notice your friends or your mother, or your aunt or your relative, friends and family, just recommend, refer to the video, this lecture, or refer to other resources. Then we'll be able to learn and know a little bit more what truly going on, because a lot of people have a lot of questions, but they don't have answers. But again, everybody's different. So I'm just describing you a general tendency of what can happen. So what to do in case of women having this hair? Of course, waxing, is laser hair removal. The problem here with laser, I'm telling you straight away, they face your hair very fine, first of all. Secondly, with age, we start to loosen pigment, we start to having gray hair. Yeah, we start having gray hair. And the laser will speed up the process. If its energy was too high and the hair was not removed straight away, and it quite often is not the case. So usually facial hair, the hardest to remove. Believe me, I was doing it for years. It's quite hard to remove facial hair. They're getting finer and they're getting grey. So that is a problem. And here electrolysis probably will be one of the best option. Is less and less people offering electrolysis or short-wave therapy, but a laser so far, there is no super efficient laser for grey hairs. Yeah, so I'm just telling straight away, it's still up to date. It's not that. They're getting finer. They grow slower if you do the procedures, but sometimes it's very hard to rid of them. Some will go, but I would say don't expect 100%. It's not going to happen. So plug them out with the tweezers. Wax if you like, but be careful because skin getting very fine. So waxing here should be done with precaution. Yeah, so maybe better even plug or have a laser, because when you do laser, you stimulate collagen and elastin. So laser, electrolysis, or plugging. Yeah, waxing. Be careful. So smoker lines we discussed is very important. So what might be done? And of course, it's hyaluronic acid. Because hyaluronic acid overall is quite good. PRP, platelet-rich plasma. Very, very deep lines, still probably very superficial. Linear injections or very soft hyaluronic acid dermafiller probably will be the more visible result. Basically, quite painful injection, number one. Number two, again, I'm not here to telling you what you should do. You should see your expert first, healthcare professional, discuss your condition there, see, because every single situation is different and the treatment need to be need to be offered depending on your skin texture, your condition, in all overall examination. Even by the pictures, I can't usually say I need to see person in face to face and touch the skin. Sometimes take all the makeup off, because as well as make a big difference. So what happened in terms of fat? And that, of course, women notice that usually getting bigger, and visceral fat. This is something a lot of ladies complaining about, and visceral fat we talk about nearly every single lecture. We want this fat to be subdermal, and estrogen help women to keep fat more subdermal, and then estrogen goes away. With different words, estrogen was the theory where the fat should be located, and they're located in the hips, under the skin, and keeping our face a little bit more plump, because we need to have a more youth appearance. And estrogen goes down in no direction where they should go, and let's go to visceral fat inside the belly, and women start put on weight, and usually how waist increasing in the size, and this is danger for metabolic health. With decline of cheeks getting losing the weight, temples, this area, and under the eyes as well. So we have this uneven look, sagginess, emptiness, and here, of course, different options. I'm not going to advise, because there's no one standard decision what might be taking. Good consultation of aesthetic practitioner and even maybe plastic surgeon. Please note that these two people, if you decide to look after yourself, they should work together. So it's not something that we're saying I have an aesthetic practitioner and surgeon, or choose one or another one. No. With age, we need to understand they need both, and they need to work, I would say, nearly together, or understand what's going on in their field, and distinguish and separate what is in aesthetic practitioner field expertise and what is in the surgeon, and when what will be the most successful outcome. Yeah, because I never lie. I always say if somebody needs a surgery, you need to go and have a surgery. So volume loss is usually give us more wrinkles. Women that notice nasolabial folds on their chin, creating the shadows. And of course, there is a different wide range of different treatments what women can do. So in terms of what I recommend, in terms of this woman, if you've never done anything before, first of all is start to look after yourself. Record changes, what's going on with your skin. Maybe journaling is good. Take pictures on your periods, before periods, the first few days of the periods, middle of the cycle, so you can see what's going on with your skin. Then see what your main complaint, what you want to change. Is that reasonable, unreasonable? Main concern, and then already go to practitioner. But for overall, very good procedure for every single woman is platelet-rich plasma. Anything with your own platelets, your own material. There might be volumizing procedures using your own blood. It's PRP, the most classic. I've been doing it for over 15 years. There's no risks, and the best growing factors directly extracted for your bloodstream. The good diet, detoxification before, a few weeks before procedure, is quite painful, recovery, but it's the best. You will bring your skin good hydration, you'll bring your skin the youth again. Older they get, in terms of closer to menopause or what we get, the less successful results you will get. So start from the time when you notice you need extra help and support, because you will be able to maintain your skin for later in your life. Older they get, less noticeable result we expect from every single treatment. This is affected Botox, the fillers, polynucleotides, from different sort of, including lasers, radio frequencies, etc. I'm getting less and less concerned. I'm getting more concerned about thermal procedures, like thermal treatments like radio frequency, for example, thermal refs. Still like laser. I think laser skin resurfacing great, but not often, and only for certain clients for certain conditions. Again, I can't really recommend or share my expertise because this should be explained in talk one-to-one with my clients. I'm still practicing part-time, and I'm still learning new skills, and I'm still visiting aesthetic medicine, so I can't leave it. I just my passion for too long, but I'm working now only part-time. How about the lifestyle and the skin, and what women should do in terms of lifestyle? Of course, it's regular exercise. And exercise, as I said, it doesn't mean you're trying to find a man going to beat and lift heavier items every day to day and build up more and more muscles and then turn it into this male figure for your husband, for your family. We don't want this. We want physical activity in terms of your protection of your visceral fat, for your energy, for your hormonal level, and is every woman as well needs a slightly different approach. So here I can recommend you talk to a special personal trainer. They are very popular in different gyms, and maybe have a few sessions, what will be right for you. Because physical activity is not only visiting gym, it's your choice, it's a lifestyle. If you start to do physical activity, you start doing that regardless you have a time to go to the gym or not. You just exercise at home with your own body. There are different resistance bands, but you exercise. And this is a difference. Some women complaining that they don't have a time exercise after in evenings after work, and none of the women perimenopause or menopause will have energy exercise in the evening. None. Yeah, I don't know. Mainly somebody who understands this, they struggle. We need to make a change. It's not going to happen. So that's why I wake up 10-15 minutes before. Set up alarm in the morning and create the routine on the time. So you need to find these 15 minutes, not maybe every single day, but every second day or once in 3 days, depends on your physical activity, or start with once a week, then increase it to twice a week. But that should be consistent. Hydration, of course, a lot of women don't drink enough of water. So they drink juices, cola, sodas, tea, coffee, everything which they drink, but they don't drink water. So that's your time, darling. Start to drink pure water. Yes, just water, just plain water. It might be sparkling, might be plain, but it's just water. And if you drink coffee, that's actually liquid, but it's taking more liquid out of your cells. And with 1 cup of coffee, you need 2 cups of water, or you just add on better after. Yeah, so because it's actually drain your water out of you, rather bring you this liquid. Nutrition is very important. Protein. I have very good lecture about proteins that women, not only women, men as well, we need to protect our muscles. We need from 2 to 2.2 grams of proteins per day, and of course omega-3. If you eat 2-3 times a week fish, oily fish, that's great. So you might not need omega-3. But if you don't eat fish, or you don't have enough of fish, that omega-3 supplementation might be a good idea for you. Antioxidants. Antioxidants, remember, people forget about the antioxidants. It's not only food. Antioxidants as well as connection to nature and walking in a wet soil. Wet grass. So whether you're outside, outdoors, take your shoes off. And if it's a freshly cut grass, or just from the rain or early morning, this is the water still, morning water, just walk on it 5-10 minutes. And it's the best antioxidant you can get. In winter, it's hard because it's cold, it's freezing, even in the UK. But if you've got the chance, or you're going on a holiday, take your shoes off and walk. It might be anything that grounded, any ground with out of after surface, out of resin, out of artificial flooring. Just walk. with bare foot. Don't worry about your pedicure. You will do your pamper later on. But if you got a chance, it's one of the best antioxidants. They don't appreciate this connection with nature, with connection when they touch something alive, something, or flowers or plants, or then even they hug the tree. This connection is super strong antioxidant because we get grounded. Yeah, and all this getting incredible changes. So don't forget that. Extra to that, of course, we're talking about vitamin C, about coenzyme Q10 for mitochondria. This might be glutathione and resveratrol and so on. But please, I for more natural, free of charge, very strong, powerful antioxidants that I want you to start to practice. Phytoestrogens. Estrogen, we want to top it up naturally, and phytoestrogen will be flax seeds. So every single woman probably should start consume flax seeds at least once, a few times a week. They're rich of omega-3 in proteins and phytoestrogens and soy product. Yeah, somebody like it, somebody don't, it's up to you. But soy product, they will protect you a little bit, your fluctuations, and during this transition time. Might be soy milk or might be tofu, different types of soy product. Sleep, of course, is a cortisol, growth hormone, and it's very important. We have lymphatic drainage during the night, during deep sleep. And this lymphatic drainage support taking the toxins out of us, out of the brain. And during the night as well, they get to produce growth factor, which is responsible for skin repair. So if you don't sleep or your sleep get disturbed, and during this time, hormonal shift, women quite often get sleep disturbed, they very badly affect on sleep. So sleep pattern and sleep hygiene here is super, super important. Stress reduction, mindfulness, yoga, therapy, beauty, treatments, spas, massages, and of course swimming, that sort of thing, saunas, walking, physical activity. So everything that will balance it, our cardiovascular system, physical activity, and of course relationships, very important. Very important. If you struggle a lot, don't be silent, talk about it, seek for the help. Healthcare professionals, might be your GP, this might be your pharmacist, this might be your friends and family. Love partners, romantic partner here is number one. I think is the time as well to explain of needs, because it's quite expensive. It is expensive. I'm not saying this is cheap. That's why more knowledge you will have, cheaper you'll be able to do it. So lack of money is doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to go gracefully. No at all. But at least you need to get this knowledge. So trying to search what exactly is suitable for you, different lectures, you can follow me, you can contact me, I can explain you as well, or I try to record extra lessons with more insights about it. At home skincare routine, and if you notice, we want, first of all, is a pH balance. As I said, the microbiomes change and our progesterone goes down and getting very dry skin. So it's very important our pH to be proper. I was doing research myself, and women like perimenopause or dryness skin, the pH should be a little bit more acid. Yeah, so don't use a soap or any soap-like product, because they will dry even more your skin. So make sure it's a little bit more acidic. Maybe a pH around 4, or even you can add a little bit more orange or lemon juice. It's really dependent on the skin again. It's so individual, but I noticed that I was developing skincare myself and done a lot of testing and research and development for sensitivity. I found out that a little bit lower pH, much more suitable, and women with that type of lower stop experience some sort of itchiness or dryness. So it's really helped a lot of women. So the tip is, if you don't know, because they don't really write them down on the packages of face wash, what is pH. If it's a little bit too harsh, just add there a little bit of lemon juice. Yeah, just mix that too much. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, squeeze it and mix it. And that's it. just advice. But yeah. So hydration, different types of hyaluronic acid serums, look in ingredients, and of course some good reputation products. Vitamin C, nicotinamide for lightening, but again here we get so many. Peptides are good. Peptides are good. And here I also can advise change every few months. Don't stick to one product. Change the product. So different what to do at home. First of all, as I said, is make sure you follow, you understand, you have a diary how you respond to different even food, because this is a time then whole organism going to shift. You might notice that you start more sensitive and more reactive to certain types of food, and they affect on your skin. So you have to amend that. And of course, start to probably do a little bit more attention for yourself this evening routine, cleansing your skin, preparing your body for sleep, baths, me time, because we don't want you to turn into this masculinity and losing your personality, because women, it's a lot of changes. She might change and she can lose herself, losing her mind, and start to feel that she's not her anymore. A lot of women going like, anxiety, what's going on? I don't understand. I wasn't like this before. Help. And who she need to go to? A therapist, a beauty therapist, a GP, and she doesn't know where to start. So record your own and get this connection to yourself to get the right direction, and seek, of course, professional help. Yeah, don't stay alone. So that's why as well I calling for our healthcare professionals, including beauty, aesthetic practitioner. I can say that from 2025 we have more and more conferences about lifestyle and longevity in every single congress for healthcare professionals. So that's getting introduced now, microbiomes and all that, all for future years getting much more available, and you will hear more and more at all time. And menopause support as well will be much more available for every single woman. So supporting hormonal balance, of course, is HRT is quite good if you need it, because HRT is for perimenopausal women who is not entering menopause yet, and hormone replacement therapy, they prolongate and make this transition a little bit more comfortable. They restore estrogen, they improve in even skin elasticity and protecting spoiled bones and mood. Feature estrogen, so food, make your own diet, maybe add every day or every second day some food containing phytoestrogens. Change your lifestyle, introduce sleeping routine, physical activity, and very important here is one, vitamin D, because vitamin D is essential, very important for your bones, and omega-3s. Omega-3 have very strong protection for your brain, when you might notice, and anti-inflammatory activity. And of course, mindfulness, anything you can relax your body. So estrogen drops, and within, as I said, estrogen goes down and the skin getting more and more sensitive. What supplement for the skin, I would say, will be the best? And here we're talking about marine collagen or collagen in general. So what is different? You probably know they write this down. This is a collagen. Collagen is good, and I can recommend include collagen in woman routine. Not too much, not as replacement of your food. Why? Because it's not only protection of your skin, it's also protection of your tendons and your joints. And a lot of ladies were going through the menopause and start physical activity, and just the tendons, knees, elbows, tennis elbows, not only women, men as well. Yeah, so here, if your man is also close in his 40s or 50s, share with him collagen, because collagen is not only good for women for skin, it's good for tendons, it's good for the joints. Yeah, and marine collagen is one of them. So What it's made from? It's made from fish skin and fish scales, very rich in collagen. In collagen type 1. Of course, is a primary type for the skin. If you eat fish, don't bin fish skin. Just eat it, consume it. You just save up the money. Sometimes, I always leave in the skin on the side, like sea bass or salmon. So now you probably know if you can eat it, crunch a bit, just eat it. Just, you will know, you protect your tendons, you protect your joints, and your skin getting a bit more radiant. And what is good with marine collagen in the fish products, that they are much higher bioavailable and they absorb much faster in comparison to bovine collagen. And bovine collagen is delivered from the cow hide and bones. And again, it's very good for the bones and tendons and joints. And they contain 2 different types, type 1 and type 3. If you ask what is the best way, I just mix. 1 month you use marine collagen, another month you can do bovine collagen, because they support more elasticity of the skin and blood vessels elasticity. And it's crucial when you get older. So we're getting, because we don't want cholesterol goes up, we have all these metabolic changes because it's more heavy molecule, a little bit larger molecule is comparison to marine collagen. It's taking a little bit longer time to get absorbed, and as a result, a little bit less effective, but only a little bit. And of course, the mostly known is whey protein. And the whey protein is mainly to maintain muscles. We need these muscles because muscles goes down, go decline. So to top them up, I recommend use whey protein. Is get manufactured byproduct by the cheese manufacturer or milk products. And they have all 9 essential amino acids, and they have super rich in leucine, isoleucine, and valine, where they essential to build up your fresh new muscles. So if you're going, and we need them because they've aged, we just our organism use it and start to use though. You start to notice more and more less muscles, if you like, and we need to top them up. Yeah. So what is the key role and why it's important, and why I personally can recommend, include, or start to think about it? If not every single day, don't use it every single day. Yeah, don't be meta crazy. If you use it 2-3 times a week, that will be more than enough. Yeah, because glycine, it's in marine collagen. In marine collagen, they have, and bovine collagen, the up to 33% comparison to whey protein, 33% will be glycine, and they support womb healing and antioxidants and skin for collagen. So it's very important. Yeah, and they're quite rich, both of them. Again, plus minus 30%, it really depends on laboratories, depends on the quality of your collagen. So that's why probably better buy it from good rotation brand, because they will buy from good sources. Don't buy cheapest. Reputation here, or even if you like, you can do the third-party laboratory test and compare. Proline is stabilized collagen and improve hydration, straighten the hair and your nails, and the hair getting a little bit weaker as well with age. And hydroxyproline, and is around as well lower concentration. It's unique to collagen and stimulate fibroblasts, and they really need, if you even take collagen, your aesthetic procedure will be a little bit more successful. So what's the difference between glycine proline and hydroxyproline? A marine collagen have the most of glycine, so your collagen will be built up a little bit faster. Bovine collagen nearly the same, but a little bit less. But whey protein still having glycine and proline, they have all amino acids, but much lower concentration. So if you're not taking marine collagen and bovine collagen, that's fine. But make sure you just have a proper amino acids, and ideally you at least eat fish together with the skin, with all this, with everything. All right, they have a lot of evidence. It's not so much evidence. For one part, a lot, and not that a lot. it does increase elasticity. Even my colleague in London, he done research. He was part of scientific research for skin. That's why I know directly from him. Then we've done the test, and however, there's still nothing can outsource and beat PRP, platelet-rich plasma. They still believe that platelet-rich plasma for the face and in general healing properties still goes up and down as number one as procedure, but you can always add on something in your lifestyle and daily routine. So as a key, women approaching their 40s, this is a time to look after yourself. This is a time to get connected. This is a time to learn more about what's going on with your organism and what might be done about it. Everything here is about the balance. The way for not to lose yourself is very important, because it's very transitional time that a lot of women can turn to some personality we've never been before, and where maybe personality don't want to be, and seek advice. Yeah, don't feel that you're alone. Speak to your friends, speak to healthcare professionals. We're all learning more about the way how we can help. So many industries now putting this into more attention, supporting women and men, because men, they also struggle a lot with reduction of their testosterone. Then they also need similar support from us women, us to understand what's going on, so we're not alone in these terms, and we need to understand our loved ones, our family members and friends. That's it for today. I hope you learned something new, and till next lecture.